It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And you hear Kyrie Irving's name, and you think of a playmaking point guard. But he is as deadly a shooter, Kenny, as anyone in the league from time to time.
I mean, the guy won a three-point contest,
Yeah.
so no surprise there. You know, he's averaged, 2 to 3 three-pointer shots made in the last couple of seasons. Now he's quick to get off his shot off the dribble, which is different from most three-point shooters. That's why some people don't really recognize him as a three-point shooter.
And not only that, Kenny, because he's so fast, you got to respect his drive and give him the space. As soon as you do that, yak him.
Thanks for joining us. Let's go courtside to Kevin Harlan.
That's the sound of the net, Ernie. Yak him.
That's what I hear.
Yak him.
That's what I hear when I shoot.
It's the home of the Cavaliers here in Cleveland, Ohio, as we bring you an interconference match here at the Quicken Loans Arena. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Greg, I think, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy father time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
So it's the Spurs now. It's Parker with the drive.
And he's not going to pass up on chances like that. Even with just a sliver of daylight, he can get to the rim.
Getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged.
Mo Williams is checked in for Cleveland.
And talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. But you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan.
And so here's Cleveland, following the bucket by the Spurs. Mozgov passes to Shumpert. He feeds it to James. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Leonard, and stolen by Love. And the dunk by LeBron.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
That's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Now here's LeBron, following the miss by Tony Parker. Nobody near Williams. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And here's Leonard from 3. That's good. Leonard's got 5 now.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's James. They set the screen. Shoots off the screen. Williams' shot is off.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
The drive by Duncan. The layup missed.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Parker's shot is off.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. Here's LeBron. Picked by Mozgov. Love outside. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Spurs. Leonard with the ball. Green, no luck. Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Lets it go from 11. LeBron shot is off. San Antonio trailing here. Jumps up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Shumpert, the open shot Williams. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. On the wing, Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov. Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. J.R. Smith's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Williams. Then for the Spurs, Diaw comes in for Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Now here is Smith. Diaw missing his last shot. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Ginobili. Buries it down low.
He loves that finger roll. It's so soft, it always seems to find the net.
The Cavaliers trail by 3.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
The Spurs have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Parker. Aldridge dishes to Parker. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Back to Aldridge. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
And it's Dellavedova missing. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. That's good. Parker's got 5 points so far.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
A different look now for San Antonio. West is checked in for Leonard, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker. The Cavaliers shooting their first foul shot of the game. .23 seconds left in the first quarter. San Antonio leading by 3. Here's Ginobili. That's good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Dellavedova, covered by Mills. Dellavedova kicks to LeBron. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. That's 7 points for LeBron.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Mills, that's a two-pointer. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even kill and flatline that one.
And the Angels won. Tim Duncan, just a remarkable career. His teammate Tony Parker talked about playing alongside truly one of the all-time great players.
It's unbelievable. Like, especially a big guy, you know, with all that pounding and his knee. It's just amazing.
It's both unbelievable and amazing, you'd have to agree, talking about Tim Duncan and how he continues to stay near the top of his game.
You know, Kevin, they say nobody has ever defeated Father Time. But, you know what, there have been a couple bigs that you'd have to see are the exceptions. Kareem being one, and then obviously now what Tim Duncan has been able to do over the course of his career. Just unbelievable.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Kevin Love out there with Tristan Thompson. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then it's Jefferson, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Duncan. Thompson with the rebound.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Now Ginobili, following the three-point attempt by Kevin Love. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. West with the block. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Ginobili kicks it to West. Pass to Duncan. No block shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan, Clark, has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Shumpert. The Spurs also with the sub. Parker's checked in for Manu Ginobili. That one is no good.
You know, interesting, guys, to illustrate Duncan and how he just wins. I mean, Spurs went 8-10 in December of 2014. That marked only the 3rd losing month ever for Tim Duncan.
And the Spurs pushing it up now. And the wide open shot from Green. Gets a very good look and converts. Green's got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Shoots a fader. Love, no luck.
And that stat you said about Duncan and losing months says a lot about both him and his team. I mean, he has been the leader of this Spurs franchise since day one and deserves all the praise you can give him. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut back down to 7. The bucket there from Love.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now here's Parker. He has 5. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Love.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
That free throw good from Duncan.
And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting 5 a lot last year.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Patty Mills. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Spurs only used their preferred lineup less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, you know, the Spurs will go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA.
Boris Diaz checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Well, and of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Mozgov's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the stuff by West.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here's Williams after the basket by San Antonio. There's the bucket. Good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Spurs leading by 5. And Parker, here we go. Green kicks it to West. Misses from short range.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Irving with it. He's picked up by Parker. The shot's good from Irving. And now just a 3-point Spurs lead.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Cleveland.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. James comes in for Kevin Love. Smith checked in for Richard Jefferson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Williams. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for West. Now here is Aldridge. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Dellavedova, the pass to LeBron. They get it back.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
And Aldridge slams it in.
Oh, and what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Smith outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists in the game. Parker drives in. Wasted no time on that one. Parker's got 7. Cleveland's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Varejao with a screen on Green. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And there's the 3-second violation. Thompson, he's checked in for Irving. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Daniel Green. The Spurs have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. It's Parker with the drive. Smith with the defensive effort. The Cavaliers trailing. Dellavedova dishes to Smith. And that misses. That would have put him up. Smith's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Leonard with no one around. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 10. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. James kicks to Berejao. And that one is hammered home.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's San Antonio leading by 3. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach Popovich, a strong first half for you. Was the up-tempo pace part of the game plan?
Well, we've upped the pace. It's what we need to do because we're not as good a defensive team as we used to be, so something's got to give somewhere.
Pop, thanks for the time, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
You know, 2 things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
The Cavaliers trail by 3.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Duncan in at the center position. Here's Parker, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And that one's good. Parker. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, But when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team. And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch four, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly one out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
That one is off. As Greg was talking about Clark, back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Irving kicks to LeBron. From 12 feet out. Rebound San Antonio. Duncan's got his 4th rebound in this one. And stolen by James. Shumpert against Green. Mozgov wide open. He fires. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Your positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's LeBron. Misses off the left iron. San Antonio leading. The dish to Aldridge. Inside and stolen by LeBron. Pass to Irving. To tie. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
A 3 from Leonard. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside jumper. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim. And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. The Spurs also changing it up. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. And it's Mills in for Parker. Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Mills kicks it to West, to the inside, and stolen by James. There's Mozgov, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Now it's a 4-point Cavalier lead.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
James kicks to Williams. Back to LeBron. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Back to Leonard. Spurs passing it around. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Williams leading the charge. To the left wing. Mozgov passes to Williams. Mozgov a screen on Aldridge. Williams kicks to Mozgov. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And it's 8 points for Timofey Mozgov. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Irving. Aldridge dishes to Leonard. Back to Aldridge. Beyond the arc. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
LeBron kicks to Williams. Picked by Mozgov. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his third basket of the night right there.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. A three ball. And that one's good. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, each side having a tough time staying in front.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
James, the pass to Williams. That's a pick by Love. On its way from Irving for 2. Can't make good off the screen.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And here is Williams. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. Williams dishes to LeBron. Picked by Mozgov.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
All right, let's go.
For Cleveland, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Smith checked in for Williams. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Duncan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Diaw comes in for David West. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Green. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Here's Duncan. Good. Duncan's got 8 points. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Diaw. No luck. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Spurs lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Parker with it. Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. Amon Shumpert is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Smith in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Dellavedova kicks to Shumpert. The screen from Thompson. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Duncan with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Irving's checked in for Cleveland.
Kyrie Irving.
Smith against Leonard. Shoots from the baseline. Nice shot by Smith.
He's the kind of player that even the best defense has no answer. And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
The free throw drops for Duncan. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
Back to Irving. In the corner, Smith with it. A three ball. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Parker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here. And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
Here's Irving. San Antonio with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Leonard. Feeds to Duncan. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in '07.
You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
Timeout called, Cleveland. He's checked in for Thompson. Shumpert passes to Irving. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Mozgov drives in. That's good.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Spurs leading by 4. Parker dishes to Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 5th assist in this one. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Love outside. J.R. Smith on the wing. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Mozgov. Here's Irving, using his post moves to get the 2 points.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Irving against Parker. To the inside, and it's Duncan penetrating, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Timeout called, Cleveland. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. James is checked in. And so it's Cleveland with it. 6-point game. Irving kicks to James. A fadeaway. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists here tonight.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Parker against Irving. Here's Duncan. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Duncan's got 12 points in just the second half.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're behind by 6. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. No one near James as he lets it go. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Duncan right side. Takes it out to Leonard. Pass to Aldridge. Duncan inside. Working on James. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And now it's an 8-point Spurs lead.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
That misses off the backboard.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Shumpert.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Parker passes to Duncan. Leonard on the wing. Leonard draws the double. Aldridge wide open. He fires. And another basket for San Antonio.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
And that's an intentional foul. And the Spurs with possession. 6-point lead. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And the Cavaliers call time here. They're down by 8.
You other guys, as soon as the shot goes up, crash the glass. .27 seconds left in the fourth. And it's Irving missing.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close the game out. Textbook.
Osgood with the bucket.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And he does get the second one. And that'll push the lead to double digits.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
Varejao dishes to Thompson. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
David, this was a game not for the faint of heart. How did you guys play through the physicality?
Yeah, you know, it's a bunch of smart guys in this locker room. You know, guys know time and place. You know, we want to be aggressive, but also want to be smart with it. So, you know, the game got a little chippy, but by that time we had a good lead.
Congratulations, David. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. See you later.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game.
Kawhi Leonard. There's no question about it. As far as small forwards go, Kawhi Leonard is right up there with the best of them. You know, if you leave him open, he's going to knock it down every look he gets. But what makes him elite is his stifling brand of D.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.